Alright fellas, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm pretty excited. As you guys remember, the last time we installed the 30B along with the tranny. It went in smooth, no problems, no issues. But today, like I said, I'm pretty excited because I want to go ahead and finish up the interior. That way I could get that out of the way. So first things first, I want to do the cluster, do the wiring. And if you guys could see over here, the wiring's a mess, so I gotta figure all this out. So I kind of know what this goes to. This is probably gonna be like more like AC stuff. This spaghetti here, I got pretty lucky on this. So all this you see right here is for the original. This pigtails down here are for the original radio, and the previous owner or whoever installed some upgraded radio and back I don't know, back in the 90s, did it the smart way. Instead of just cutting the pigtails and splicing these, they used these connectors here and got their power from here. And if you follow these whole lines, they go in here into the speaker. So these lines here are for the speaker that goes in there. So this is the original pigtail, and they just got the power from here. So pretty smart. A lot of people back in the days will just cut the pigtails off and get the power directly from here, but whoever was tinkering with this and trying to upgrade their sound was pretty darn smart, and I'm glad they went about it this way. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and remove the steering wheel. I was ready to remove it, but just kind of wanted to get it on cam. It's not a big deal, but do want to remove the steering wheel, get rid of this part here, this plastic cover here. I have another one that's not broken, so you guys can see this is broken. So all this is getting replaced and getting redone. And I don't know if you guys can see, I did a little mark right here. It has to line up when it goes back on there. So just did it just so I won't have to put it this way or that way, so I kind of have an idea on how to put it back on. So after inspecting this, basically you have one screw that's holding this, and I gotta loosen this one up, this nut right here, and then there's a screw here, and this should come off. But I'm having trouble with this. It's a flathead, a little tiny flathead that goes on here. Remove this out, and then this nut right here. But I'm having trouble, so I'm just gonna go ahead and use my vice grips just to loosen it up. This is a little long screw. This is it right there. Okay. Alright fellas, so this is the new NOS ignition, this is the new NOS ignition switch, and this one here is the old one. So I've had this one for pretty much ever since I bought the car, because when I first got the car I noticed this this was broken. As you guys could see, the wiring, everything's exactly the same, pigtails is the same, but I noticed that this back piece it's a lot wider than the new NOS. So I just hope this one fits. If not, I'm gonna have to rig something up. But yeah, there we go. Alright, so this is what I'm talking about. So this was still on there. For some reason I thought maybe the previous owners had removed it, but yeah, that was still on there. And as you guys could see, this was fairly large. So alright fellas, so fast forward a few days. So I had to stop all the building inside the car with the interior, so because I did notice this original speaker, it was all jacked up and beat up, and I didn't want to go ahead and put everything back in unless I had a decent looking speaker. So went ahead and ordered some LED light bulbs too for the cluster. So yeah, that was a setback. So these little things are the main reason why I haven't been able to finish the interior. Just ordering. I had ordered a different speaker. It didn't want to fit. It was a 4-inch speaker, but still didn't want to fit. So hopefully this one will fit just straight out the box. and the bulbs. So hopefully we'll be able to finish up that interior today. So here we go. And there it is. So hopefully this one will work out. All right, so there's the new speaker, and it's pretty straightforward. And the only reason why I had to reorder another one is if you look at it sideways, it's flush. The other one I had bought, it had like a little cone sticking out right here, so it wasn't flush. So just kind of look out for that. But this one should be able to fit. All right, so I'm trying to file these little holes down because it's not wanting to fit. It's a little too tight. So the last thing I want to do is damage the threads and the bolts. Okay, so it's starting to get dark over here, so I gotta use my light. So unfortunately I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish this up today. Got out of work a little too late, but so this is pretty much the pigtail for the speaker. It's a gray, and I'm gonna go ahead and reuse what they used back then. So I like the fact that you can reuse this, but this is only for the speaker because I'm not using the original speaker, so this should be able to work, hopefully. And we'll hook these up to the speakers and we'll be all set on that end. All right, guys, it's a new day. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to finish up but I wanted to last night. I got the speaker on, but I wanted to finish up the whole interior. It got dark, and pretty much the sun went down on me, and for the simple fact that I couldn't find the actual RX4 shifter, and it turns out that I didn't even know I had this much shifters. You know how it is throughout the years collecting rotary parts. You just end up with a bunch of parts that you don't even know you have. So here we go. RX7, 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 RX2, RX4. And I found this one first, then I found the other RX7. So long story short, I turned the home upside down, and I decided to look in this one bucket that I had, and there it was, the RX4 shifter. Very similar to the RX7 shifter. It's obviously a lot longer. So it's between the RX2 shifter and the RX7 shifter. It's got that bent. It's long, but you know, so it took me a while to find the RX4 one, but we found it. It's all intact, so here we go. Okay guys, so this is the kind of stuff that's backing me up, all the little things, which are all the little things that really matter. But I almost forgot to put this one in. This is for the tachometer, and no, actually this is for the speedometer. It goes into the tranny, so just want to make sure that one's in properly before I install the dash cluster. And there's this little hook here, and then you just hook it on there. I guess this kind of helps it you know, be out the way, but that's pretty cool. So now we can just focus on the interior, or the inside. All right, check it out guys, we got the LEDs. Mine as well, since it's already off. Again, it's all these little things that matter. I did have these from my R100, but I ran out, so I had to buy some extra ones. They're a bit different, but I'm sure it'll work just as fine. These are actually smaller, and this is the only thing they had available. So the other option was going with these again, but I had to wait, like, I think it was like a 3-week waiting time or turnaround time. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put these on instead, and just save these for the R100 as spares, obviously. But yeah, this should fit on without a problem. There it goes, LEDs. So here we go. All right, so this has to go in sideways like that. So I was kind of messing around with it before I started recording, but I found that this is the easiest way. Just put this side in first, and then everything else should just slide in. And there we go. Simple as that. That's just the way it should slide in, but just want to show you guys right quick. But we gotta hook everything up before we move on. Okay, so there's a little slot right here. I didn't notice it, but yeah, there's a little slot right there. So you just press this down, and that little slot should yeah, here we go. I guess you need to make sure that this clip sits right on there. That way you could just press it in, and there's no real special way to do it. But okay, for the third time, I didn't want to go in, but this was abstracted. It was keeping it from going in. It's like some little rubber seal that sits right in the middle. So if you guys find yourself doing this, just make sure that this little rubber seal, it's centered, because it will fight you. So there we go. All right, so third's a charm. So this should go in easy. And it's not. There we go. Just gotta manhandle it. You gotta really push it in because of that little rubber seal. So it's in there. Now we gotta get this one, and this thing's got a guide. There we go. That was pretty easy. Then this one up here. Maybe I could put this one on once I sit this one in. And there we go. It's in there. Now I could put this one in. And it also has a guide. There we go. Easy peasy. Not really. Not when it's like 90 degrees out here. It's super hot today. Out of all the days, but it's in there. This is one of the hardest parts, I believe. So everything else should go in easy. Okay. All right, so everything's tying down. Now comes the fun part. Just putting everything back on. Hopefully everything snaps on and goes on easily. So this is the speedometer cluster cover. Freshly painted. Redid the chrome on the rings, so it should be ready to go back in. And these things are real fragile, so I'm just lightly pushing it in till the clip's on. So there's some clips that go here, and don't want to force it too much, but I think that's it. All right, so next we got this panel that goes here. So I'm gonna put the light on. It just snaps right on. Now this is the dimmer switch. Okay, so I went ahead and put this one on, but this has to go on top first. So once you're done with the gauge cluster, you got to put this one on because there's some screws that screw on there. So just get into another RX4. Alright, so I think next we're gonna go ahead and jump to the shifter. Alright guys, so I got a little setback. I had to flip this over, so I guess I'm kind of messing up here, so you guys won't have to, but just keep this in mind. There's like this little plastic pin here. It needs to go on the right side, or passenger side. I had it facing the other way, and these are at a slight angle, so there's no way that center console was gonna fit on here properly. So we need to, so it's just something to look out for. So I gotta switch this one too. See how like the plastic's not on the passenger side, it's on the driver's side. So I went back and looked at one of my videos because I was wondering why I didn't want to fit on right, but apparently this has to go on that side. So I gotta go ahead and pretty much flip them. So here we go.
Look at these tools. Why is it having tools?
Okay, so now it's time to eliminate all these extra wires which were being used for some aftermarket radio. I'm sure glad they used these wirings and decided not to cut and splice the OEM wiring for the radio. So I am grateful for that, because a lot of these old school cars, that's what people did back then. They would just splice these, but everything's still intact, so we could go ahead and use the original radio. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the radio on now. And if you guys see back here, there's a little bracket, so I'm just gonna go ahead and tighten it just enough so it won't fall back. But I want to leave it kind of loose so we could work with it as we screw it down and plug everything back in back here. So alright, and so these could only go one way, it won't go in the other way, so it's kind of impossible to get it wrong. And there we go. Now all this here, because I'm gonna have to lick all this up. This one, I'm sure this one goes here. So the blue one, you can't get this wrong either. So this is flat. The flat one goes on right here on top, and the blue one goes right in the center back here, and that little nipple there. So it's pretty self-explanatory. Alright guys, so we're almost done. I really don't want to give away the grand finale, but this is it. I just got to put these kick panels with some brand new screws. I actually bought these like, I forget, like 2-3 years ago. Bought a whole batch of them. So I'm gonna go ahead and just use some new screws for that. Again, this was supposed to be a complete restoration. That's the only reason why I have like brand new screws for it. But might as well just use them now. So here we go. Alright, and it is yet another day of working on the RX4 Interior. So obviously you can't rush it, man. I mean, especially when you got a day job. So I kind of wish I could do this full time, but it is what it is. So this is one of the final missing pieces to the puzzle. This is for the vent over here. And let's see if I could do this with one hand, but you might want to go ahead and put the little clip in there first. I don't know if you guys could see it, but yeah, that's the clip. So it's best if you put it on first. Just push it in and make sure that the little bent tip goes in there. There it goes, it's in there. and then just push it in, and it clips right on in there, and that's about it. Fellas, we're almost to the finish line. Just decided to swap out the little bulbs in here, so you guys could see. I already installed that one. That's an LED bulb, and I should have the power off. It's not a good idea to do it this way, but just curious to see how this goes. And it's a 2 Phillips here, so there we go. Oh, I'm not gonna have that. Look, I'm not gonna have that. No. Well, I won't be able to use LED on this one. This is like one of those round bulbs, so oh well. Just gonna put it back in there. So all right, fellas, 2 months in the making, and we're finally done. So all right, let's go check it out. Fellas, a quick recap. So we went ahead and did the carpet. You guys remember, wife, she straight out went all out, did the carpet to original design, resprayed the whole dash, center console, color matched it. We did the whole chroming around the rings. They go inside here. Redid all the chroming, the lettering, the edging. Oh, we even did the boot. Redid the boot to original. Even got the leather strap on here. Leather boot. Now, you guys might be wondering why there's an RX2 steering wheel here. Well, my wife doesn't like the RX4 steering wheel. The original black foam steering wheel, she actually hates it. So she convinced me to put, I had this hanging on, well, my old home, I had it hanging on the wall. But this is one of my prized possessions. It's the one that comes with the 2 horns and not a single crack. It's even got the original color from way back then. Hasn't been fixed or nothing. Not a single crack on it. So I really didn't want to use it, but she convinced me. It looks great on the RX4. So moving on. So center console, I did have to source one out. That's the reason why this project took 2 months, just to get everything ready and prepared and sourcing parts out. I had to source out this whole dash because my original one was like cracked right here. Again, radio console, I had to source it out because it was cracked. I had to source out the radio. So a lot of sourcing out and a lot of in-house building. So I couldn't find the original boot. They were all worn out. So I just got a template, redid that again. The steering column too, had to source one out because the steering column, as you guys know, they all tend to break from here, so that was broken. Now this whole section is one whole piece, and as you guys could see, the original sticker is still on there, but you know, all the lettering and everything's faded on there, so I sprayed over it. I didn't want to take it off that way when I think there's a guy that remakes these stickers here. But I'm gonna go ahead and just leave this one here and then just put the new one over it. But I just didn't want to go ahead and wait another week to order it and wait for it to come in. And you know, I've been wanting to get this video out for the last couple months, guys. So again, a lot of tedious work went in it. If you guys been following me on Instagram and Facebook, you guys could see all the progress that's been done throughout the weeks and months, basically. So now the dash, again, the car's in a full restoration. I would love to restore this car, but it's just, you guys know, I got I got that R100 on my back. I'm just waiting for the body shop to be done, and again, I'm pretty much investing all my money on that R100, and I just don't want to be going back and forth on projects. So the RX4 is somewhat of a, it's not a slight restoration, it's just I need to go back and get it done. You guys know the story. I just want to get out there and start driving the rotary cars instead of just having them parked out here. So dash, it's just I'm just gonna put like one of those dash covers on it, and you know, put some Velcro on the edge so you can't see the cracks, and that will pretty much take care of it. So not too worried about that. All right, so check it out, guys. I want to show you guys this. So I used some epoxy and it was coming out really good, really smooth. So this is the original radio console. So back in the day, so you guys know, people will cut these out and put like a tape deck or a 8-track radio on there. So somebody cut it out way back in the day. So again, sourced a good one out. That was clean, no cracks. So I was able to come up on that. So, but I mean, here's the color. It's just color matched just exactly as the original. And this is the other piece that goes here. And this is the sticker I was talking about right here. So I'm gonna have to source a new one out. Now the interesting part is that I didn't realize it, but this one doesn't have this hole here or frame for these letters that go on here. So this, I don't know if it's a sedan, 4-door or what, but it does say unleaded fuel only, which is interesting. And this is part of the panel here, and there's a hole there. I don't know what that's for. My car doesn't come with that, so I'm debating now if whether reuse this one or source another one out. But as you guys could see, it's just, I didn't know they made different ones, and I didn't realize it till I was done. So something interesting and something to look out for. So oh well. You guys know the issue with the ignition switch, or at least the back part of the ignition switch. I gotta go ahead and source one out. I did find one, so I'm just waiting for it to arrive. Got, you know, I was gonna say got lucky on it, but I mean, a lot of these parts is pretty much a miracle. What can I say? I'm pretty blessed. So all right, so I just had to go hook up the battery, but check this out. So I got to kind of change it around because I don't want to get flagged by YouTube, because, you know, copyrights or whatever. But I'll just go ahead and that's AM. Can't really find anything on there, but let's see if we can find a game.
I'm back. But you know, it's not Coach Sanders, it's Shadur Sanders. Yeah. I mean, that guy, he's a dude that's gonna go to the NFL. There's starting now. It's Biden called Buffett. Vale 20 puntos.
The Blessed Virgin Mary foremost.
Again, I don't want to get flagged because it's copyright reasons, but yeah, the radio works, man. I'm pretty excited about that. And check this out. So you guys, I don't know if you guys can see this on the antenna, but that's on the windshield, I mean, that's the antenna. So yeah, RX4 Mazda, way ahead of their time. And right before I forget, so blower motor's got 3 levels. That's the low, medium, and high. It works, fellas. So that's pretty neat. That's pretty exciting. So yeah, just double check, make sure that all the vents, everything was working. Oh, I got this working too. I forgot to turn it off, but yeah, I could just turn off the map light and this. So I put a LED, as you guys seen, but map light unfortunately wasn't able to. But check that out. That's pretty neat. So yeah, we're done. I mean, I just gotta hook up all the relays that go in the engine. That way we could get all these lights working on the dash. I mean, can't wait to see the LED lights on there. But as far as like installation, installing everything, we are done, fellas. And Let me know, do you guys like the RX2 steering wheel on here, or should I go with the original RX4? I mean, the boss already spoke. She likes the RX2, but you know, just for peace of mind, you know, let me know in the comments, fellas. So hey, thanks for being patient, guys. I've been working really hard going at it with this build here, trying to get the interior done. Finally got it done and complete and looking fresh and new. Yeah, let me know, guys, what you guys think. So next we're gonna move on to the engine bay, try to finish up that engine and try to get this baby running. But I just wanted to get this out of the way. It was just on my back, so got it done, fellas. So yep, all right, thanks for watching, guys. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. That'll really help me out. Go ahead and you know, comment. Go ahead and hit that bell for notifications as well, guys. So hey, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it.